Hola amigos, Sixx here, and welcome to my very first whatever. Okay, I know this isn't music and this isn't a music video, but it is part of our life, and so we wanted to start sharing it with you. So for all of our Sweet Sixx fans, this is just us being real. And this is going to be my Sixx experiment because I'm making some changes in my life, and it's going to affect our music and what we're doing in our life and home so many ways. So we just want you to be part of it. This is my first time, everybody, doing this, and I'm doing this as a new playlist, only because I want to share some experiences that I'm having and have had across the board with a few different things. It was just my birthday just over a week ago, or let me see what today. No, it was a week ago. I turned 59 years old, and it's made me think about a few things, and my health being one, of course. But I have had so many problems that when I thought of my health and my life and stuff, I really didn't give a shit at all. Up until recently, actually, I was pretty bad off. I guess I'll give you some background information. I wasn't going to go that deep, but in my 20s, I was run over, and since then, it broke pretty much everything in my body. And I have a tremendous amount of pain, so much pain all the time. And I wake up in pain. I wake up crying sometimes from pain. I had it that, and right now, actually, that's the movement you have. See me weird, moving around a little bit. That's pain. I'm just trying to avoid it. Anyways, so I got to where drinking was a big part of it. Became a big part of my life just to get rid of it, and I was drinking every day, all the time. Scotch being my favorite. I no longer drink, and I don't think I will again. I don't know what happened. Some switch went off in my head and said, "Okay, I think you've had enough." So I'd say that I have. And I agree with that. And it's weird. It's in my head now. I don't even feel like I walk right past the craft beer, which for me is really difficult to do, or had been difficult to do, but it's not so difficult anymore. I don't even think about it. I thought about that yesterday. The fact that I wasn't thinking about it as I went through OXXO, which is a local convenience store. I walked directly to the water and the other stuff back there, and walked right past it and thought, "Oh, I never even looked." That's pretty funny. Probably the first time it actually consciously hit me. But a few things that I'm doing differently is I quit drinking now. I'm a very big and a very heavy cannabis user. Have been my entire life, but I am over it completely. I do it out of habit now, and I don't think it's addiction. I think it's more mental than anything. I'm almost positive that I don't think I have any kind of physical from cannabis. It's just a lifetime of smoking. So I don't want to smoke anymore. So I'm really reducing it significantly. Again, it's one of those pain things. I actually didn't. It's most of my life, but I really didn't smoke heavily until after I was run over in my 20s. And then I just, wake and bake all day long. So, but that's another thing in my life that I wish to change. I really do. So, the other thing that I'm just pulling out all the stops here. Here we go. Also, in addition to that is, eczema was a big problem of mine, and weight, and like I said, pain and emotion, and I literally tried to unsuccessfully kill myself, thank God, and anger and depression and just addiction in general, just addiction in general. There's all kinds. I could go on. I don't want to, because I think I found a way out of this. And a lot of this started to get really, really bad for me during COVID. I sunk about as low as I could go. Yeah, it was just a dark time. And it was a dark time even coming out of it for quite some time. And I thought And we fought to get out of it, really wanted to get out of it. And I was just obese in weight and very unhealthy, eating garbage and drinking crappy beer because I didn't have any money. And nothing was going, by the way, I've been here long enough that, all those little checks everybody's getting, I didn't get any of those. So I didn't have all that little extra income coming in. And I'm a musician on top of it. So my livelihood was stripped away completely. I got to baking bread, actually. Which brings me around to what I'm talking about right now. I want to tell you, one of the things that really I found during this is when I came out of COVID, I really needed to, as I'm doing now, I needed to find solutions to my problems. I couldn't get them any other way. And so I started to look into fasting. And dieting. And I started with like the Atkins kind of thing from way back when I was younger and into weight training and physical fitness now, which I was bodybuilding and American College of Sports Medicine, all that stuff when I was in my early 20s. Anyways, and I remember Atkins diet. I remember all that. And I remember it being very effective because battling the weight when I was younger. So I tried to do that a little bit. And in doing so, I did some research. And in doing the research, I found out more and more about the keto diet and reducing the carbs, which is part of the Atkins thing. But more so than that and much deeper than that with the keto and the diet and the high fat and the virtually almost zero carbs. And it was working for me. It was working. I was losing the weight, not a problem. It was really kind of a cool thing. I was getting some energy back. I was feeling all right. And then I found out about fasting, and intermittent fasting specifically. And I started to enjoy that. And I started to find out how I could manipulate my meals and just eliminate one of them. And started to see an effectiveness along with the keto on top of it. And these things were all starting to help me. And I was losing weight, and I lost a lot of weight pretty dramatically. And it felt really good, and I was feeling really good. And then I found out about, a few things happened. Is that coming out of COVID, I also thought I could make it up as a musician to just make up for lost time, I guess, and just create as much music and as much as I could possibly do, to the point of literally having a breakdown. I lost my shit, man, completely. Almost an entire day of my life disappeared. I don't actually remember it. And I came out of that thinking, wow, man, I'm broken. Some things I did I have to make changes that'll fix me physically and emotionally and mentally, and which I haven't, and I'm still working on regularly. And this is why I'm doing this right now and sharing with you. And I don't know you, but maybe I will. My wife says that's one of my problems, is I have not enough social. So here you go, baby. So now where I'm at, let me just bring it to bam right here, so I quit rambling. Is now I'm under this. I did the fasting and went from intermittent to, I started to do a 1 day a week, every Monday, fast completely. So just water, coffee, that's it. And then I started doing once a week, every Monday, like I said, and then once a month I'd go 3 days, 2 to 3 days, depends on how I was feeling, that kind of thing. And then once a month, I would just push it and see how far I could go. And that was working well for me, and I was feeling really well, and I was taking my flex days and eating what I wanted and doing all that. But I was still drinking, still smoking, still work, playing music, which is what I love, and that's my passion. That's what I like to do the most. And but I was doing too much of it, and then that's when that breakdown happened. And since then, I have tried the carnivore diet, and I found that the fasting really, really worked. Matter of fact, I did a 7-day fast. I did a 7-day fast while I was playing multiple shows a week, every week, and I did pretty well. I didn't even feel weak after the second or third day. Your energy starts to go up, and by the 7th day, the only reason I broke the 7-day fast was that I was playing and there was pizza and craft beer where I was at. So, it is what it is. So I decided that was a good day to stop. 7 was a good number for me. I felt like I gained 10 years of my life, my eczema completely just went away. I it was amazing. For instance, this beard and my beard, you'll see me, and people that know me, I'll have a variety of lengths of beard, or sometimes very, very little beard, but something there. It's because my skin is so sensitive that I can't shave. I can't, if I put a razor, I mean, it's a pain in the ass, So I don't. I just take care of it, use, coconut oil and, that sort of thing. But that's why I always got this scruffiness happening, is because but the beautiful thing was that with the fasting and with the carnivore, I've noticed that it just goes away. It just literally will just start to fade away. As is my pain. I almost have none now. Very little compared to what I've had. So just wanted to share that part too. So now here I am, my birthday, 59 years old, and I have some goals to hit by the time I'm 60, and I'm sharing them with you now. I definitely am going to stop smoking. I stopped smoking cigarettes. Smoked cigarettes my entire life until literally about I would say 20 years married, 17 years ago or something like that. Shortly thereafter, I got married. My wife didn't smoke, and she didn't like my smoking, so that ended up going away. Now I'm on to the carnivore, and so far from what I'm finding, it is miraculous, and I am going to stick to it. I'm still doing the intermittent. Right now it is 10:15 in the morning. Haven't eaten anything, just had my coffee, went through my music skills. And my wife has gone off and is teaching class down on the beach. She does a fitness class twice a week. And now I'm going to get on to doing my videos and playing my guitar and working on some music. So the carnivore diet, I got to tell you folks, it's just awesome. Plain and simple, just awesome. I up until this point, and I thought I was doing really bad, and I was always trying to limit myself. But up until recently, when I switched over to the carnivore diet, my entire life, from the time I was raised with my grandparents, even my mom, Momo, which is my grandmother, I'm talking every morning, bacon and eggs, sausage and eggs, every morning. Of course, that came with biscuits and gravy, but. And then later on, I switched the biscuits and gravy to potatoes. So I did fried potatoes. And anybody that knows me knows that I love my fried potatoes. I like my potatoes, period. But fried potatoes, breakfast potatoes, like hash browns. Oh my, man, that's good stuff right there. But no mas. No more for me. I don't, it's been a while, and I'm going to make sure I keep it that way. And I would say that one big plate of French fries is one of those temptations. It still gets me. Probably even a little bit more than craft beer, maybe. But of course, that one's gone away, so French fries are going the same way. Anyways, back to the carnivore. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. Is that the carnivore fills me up, and I get to do what I've always done, is eat my bacon and eggs in the morning. There's been no harm to it. I lose the weight. My energy comes back. And from somebody that feels pain on a constant basis, my pain is significantly less. And I know 100% due to inflammation being reduced because of the diet. I am not bringing in any vegetables. I do not eat a single anything except animal. That's it. Animal proteins, period, and eggs. Oh, and some cheese, but very limited cheese. I was lactose previously. For some reason I seem to be getting my ability to consume cheese back, which is kind of an odd thing. But I just look out for the sugar, because they put sugar in literally every single thing you buy in the store. So I'm fortunate to live in Mexico. So I have access to a lot. Well, at least it seems that way to me. Just down the street, I got little fruit markets and veggie markets and meat markets and little stuff like that all over. My wife loves the fruit stuff and loves the veggies. We go there every Monday to the market so that she can get fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. And then the meat, I eat whatever, but but it's usually just bacon, carne asada, and carne molida, or hamburger meat, that kind of stuff, with my eggs. And my eggs they still got feathers and poop on them, and they sit on the shelf. They don't get refrigerated. They're nothing. They're just straight out of the chicken onto my plate or into my pan. And it's working out great. So I want to share that with you. So I just wanted to introduce myself, tell you where I was and where I'm at this moment. I love you guys. Don't know you yet. Would like to get to know you. Hope you get to know me a little better. I hope this bridges the gap between my antisocialness and my getting to know so many more people and you getting to know me. And I hope I can provide you some information that's useful to you, and how it's going to change. The carnivore diet changed my life, period. Hopefully on this channel too, I'm going to show you a little bit about my life and how my wife and I survive in Mexico playing English language music in the communities that we do and what we do and how we get. I mean, we are, like I said, we're in Mexico, and our income is our music. And that makes for an interesting life, I tell you what. And a lot of decisions had to be made to get here. So, and I hope they were the good ones. Anyways, so thank you for listening to my ramble. This will be my first ramble. I promise you, I'm just practicing. This is the very first one. So I'll get better as we go. And hopefully you'll go with me. So thank you very much. And I will talk to you again soon. Some of the things I'm saying actually are a little more personal than I expected or wanted to say for my first one out. But you know what? Just like I said, I'm making changes, and one of them is I'm just going to make myself vulnerable. I'm opening myself up. So it is what it is.